Hello, Wonderhussy here in old Santa Fe, one of the oldest cities in America, with one of the oldest men in North America, aka Bill. Just kidding, Bill. Bill, you're a spring chicken. You have kept up with me hiking on this trip. We have had a fantastic time, right?
Yep.
We have hiked to some of the most beautiful hot springs in New Mexico, in the entire country, while I was out here for this brief little visit. But before I leave Santa Fe, I would be sorely remiss if I didn't make a pilgrimage to one place in particular. Okay, lead the way, Bill. Bill is leading us to this place I wanted to check out before I leave. This is my last day in Santa Fe. I'm actually getting ready to head to the airport down in Albuquerque. But there's this one thing of note that even despite the fact that it's friggin' snowing, it's freezing cold, we're shivering, I just couldn't leave Santa Fe without checking this place out. Okay, so Santa Fe is very well known for its fine dining scene. There are all kinds of gourmet restaurants here where you can get really amazing New Mexican food. Oh, New Mexican food. Green chili, red chili. Well, why not? ¿Por qué no los dos? And go Christmas. Get both red and green chili. That's what I did the other night. I've had some really good meals here in Santa Fe. But there's one meal I just had to have before I leave. Okay, we're in the old plaza of Santa Fe here. All these beautiful old buildings. You can see everything is made out of that really cool old adobe, or at least it's covered with adobe stucco to make it look like those really cool old buildings made out of adobe. And the place I'm going is right over there in one of these old buildings. Okay, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you probably know that whenever I go camping, especially if I'm camping with my sister, with friends, well, there's really only one thing I like to eat. Matter of fact, if you ever come over to my house for dinner, I'm not a big cook, man. Neither is my sister. There's really only one thing we'll make you, and that is Frito Pie. Okay, anybody out there ever have a Frito Pie? I'm sure most Americans watching this video have had that. It's basically just Fritos, chili, and cheese in a bowl, on a plate. I mean, you can make it all kind of different ways. Me and my sister like to get real fancy with our Frito Pie because we've been making it for like, I don't know, 10 years. I think she turned me on to Frito Pie back in like probably 2015, so 11 years. She discovered it on a road trip she took cross country, and she went through the great state of Texas, and I think that's the first place she had Frito Pie. Oh man, this weather is terrible. It is just pissing down snow. Poor Bill having to put up with me walking around talking about Frito Pie. I'll be quick, Bill, I promise. Okay, anyway, my sister and I developed some very fancy recipes for Frito Pie. We like to add rotel, okay? It's like kind of like a pico de gallo tomatoes. We like to add corn, fresh corn kernels, or canned corn kernels, and we like to add veggies. You know, we try to make it healthy, so we'll put some whatever, Margaret Holmes canned vegetables in there too, for good measure, and then plenty of cheese. Sometimes if we're feeling real fancy, sour cream, diced onions, maybe even some scallions. Matter of fact, one time, my sister and I were camping. We were up in Montana, camping outside Glacier National Park, grizzly country, and we were sitting around the campfire making our Frito Pie, as we always do. We like to make it directly in the campfire. When we're camping, you just crack open the can, stick it right in the hot coals, heat it up. That way you don't have to wash any pots or pans. You just dump it in a bowl, you're good to go. Anyway, we're sitting there making our Frito Pie. We start thinking, man, we eat so much Frito Pie, we should be sponsored by the friggin' Frito-Lay Corporation. And then we thought, wouldn't that be cool if Frito sponsored us on a tour of the United States? If anybody from Frito-Lay Corporation happens to be watching this video, I would be willing to go on a tour of all 50 US states and make special Frito Pie with regional variations in each state. Okay, that was the idea my sister and I came up with, sitting there in Montana. We're like, oh, we could go to Idaho and make Frito Pie with potatoes in it. We could go to Utah and make Frito Pie with fry sauce on it. Blech. If you know what fry sauce is, well, first of all, I'm really sorry for you. Secondly, It's even worse than the devil's jism. It's like mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together. Blah, but you'd have to do it to make the regional Utah version of Frito Pie. And then we thought, oh, well, how could we do it in, like, Wyoming? We could put buffalo chili. What about Montana? Oh, Montana, we could season it with bear spray. You know, bear spray is basically just cayenne pepper, and it would add just the right kick, in my opinion. Anyway, we had that idea way back in 2016. We never acted on it, but like I say, Mr. Frito, if you happen to be watching this video, holla at me. I'd be willing to do that for you. Anywho, all of that, which poor long-suffering Bill had to endure in the middle of a snowstorm in the middle of the old Santa Fe Plaza, is just to say that I'm here at what many people consider to be the birthplace of Frito Pie. Okay, just up ahead, in one of these little adobe buildings, you might be able to see it says 5 and Dime General Store. Well, I guess back in the day, this was a Woolworth's. Okay, remember Woolworths? You used to be able to go into Woolworth's 5 and Dime drugstore and pick up everything you needed and then sit down at the lunch counter and get food. Well, apparently back in the day, some lady that was working at this Woolworth's lunch counter supposedly invented the Frito Pie. Now, I know what all you Texans watching this video are saying right about now. Well, excuse me, Wonderhussy, Texas invented the Frito Pie, and there is a good case for that. The guy who started the Frito company is from Texas, and so according to the official Fritos website, I think his mom invented the first Frito Pie, which basically she dumped some chili on some Fritos, sprinkled on some cheese and onions, and called it a day. There's really no proof. We can't prove when Frito Pie was invented, where, or by whom. But there's a pretty strong case to be made for this little 5 and Dime in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And so, like all Frito Pie obsessives, like all Muslims have to make the pilgrimage to Mecca once in their life. They call it the Hajj. I'm basically here in my Mecca, making my own pilgrimage, my own Hajj, if you will, to what might be the birthplace of Frito Pie. What now, Bill?
Frito Pies around here are probably still made in the original Frito baggie instead of being put into a bowl or anything like that.
Okay, noted, Bill. I guess the way that this dish was invented, they originally would just get one of those little single-serve baggies of Fritos, slice it open sideways, and then dump the chili in it. Some folks call that a walking taco because you can carry it and eat it as you're walking. Apparently, back in the day, Fritos bags used to be made out of thicker material, so it was a better vessel. Nowadays, you know, you see these Frito baggies, man, they'll bust apart at the slightest puff of wind. I mean, in these conditions, I don't know if a little Frito baggie is going to last, but, well, we're going to go inside to eat. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't realize Frito bags used to be thicker. Another thing you might remember about the old Fritos is they had this mascot, the Frito Bandito. Right. You remember that, Bill? It was,
sure
it was a little Mexican character with bandoliers and a big sombrero and a mustache. I am the Frito Bandito. I love Fritos corn chips. I love them, I do. I steal Fritos corn chips. I steal them from you. Well, unfortunately, there was some complaints from Mexican-American sensitivity groups, whatever. They had to get rid of the Frito Bandito, but you can still watch that commercial on YouTube to this day. And in the comments, there's plenty of Mexican people going, I'm Mexican and I wasn't offended by this. I thought it was great. Anyway, they unfortunately no longer have the Frito Bandito mascot, and they no longer have the same thick packaging. But now that I think about it, again, if anybody from Fritos happens to be watching and you're thinking about maybe creating a new mascot, I could be the Frito hussy for the 21st century. Okay, enough of my yapping. Let's get the hell out of this crappy weather and inside this little 5 and Dime, which I'm just gonna go ahead and cross right in front of this car because I am cold and hungry. Okay, look at this. It says right here above the door, it's the home of the world famous Frito Pie as seen on TV. Also as seen in my videos, at my campfires, and in my house. Okay, let's go in this drugstore and just see what's up. Oh, look at that. It's an old time 5 and Dime, just like back in the day. You know, a little bit of everything. T-shirts, sodas, whatever you call those, Mexican surfer hoodies. Oh, blankets, small bag of rocks. Anyway, this is basically one of those old school 5 and dimes that got driven out of business by Dollar General and the 99-cent store and all those crummy stores that sell all that cheap made in Chinese crap. Which, you know, to be fair, I do love me the dollar store, but I mean, this is like a dollar store on steroids. I mean, look at this fine selection of cowboy hats. You don't see that at the dollar store. Oh, look, they even have sombreros and ponchos. So if I wanted to, I could eat my Frito Pie dressed like the Frito Bandito. What do you think, Bill? You think they have bandoliers in here?
I don't think you find a bandolier.
Oh, well, you never know. Okay, anyway, all this stuff is cool, but I'm really here for one thing and one thing only, and that is back here at the snack bar. Look at that. They got a full-service lunch counter back here in the back of the drugstore. When's the last time you saw something like this? I mean, bean and cheese burritos. Ooh, look at those glistening wieners roasting on the grill. Look how clean that grill is, by the way. When's the last time you went into a convenience store and their wiener grill was that shiny and clean? This place obviously has very high standards. Okay, all that is real delicious and yummy looking, but we are here for one dish only. Oh, green chili stew. Oh no! Sorry, we're closed. Bill, this is terrible. Why did you do this to me?
I can't believe it. Oh, man.
You can't believe it. I can't believe it. I came all the way to friggin' Santa Fe, New Mexico to get a gosh darn Frito Pie. And it looks like I'm just gonna have to make it myself. Okay, well, I can get a bag of Fritos for the low price of $1.79. But will I be able to find chili in this 5 and dime? I don't know. Office supplies. Oh, toy guns. Religious iconography. But I don't see any chili. Oh, maybe down here. Here's some ass-kicking ghost pepper honey peanuts. And I feel like if there was going to be chili here, it would be in this aisle. Jalapeno pepper jelly, yum, but that's not what I need. Salsa, not really exactly what I need. Oh, here's chili spices. But I'm on my way to the airport. I don't have time to cook a pot of friggin' chili. I just need one of those little, like, Dinty Moore Hormel miniature cans. And unfortunately, I guess I'm S-O-L. Wah, wah, wah. Dang you, Santa Fe 5 and dime. All right, I'm just going to get this bag of Fritos and go eat them in the snow. And I guess I'll have to come back another time. Bill, I'll bet you, you know what? Bill has been very sentimental this morning. It's my last day here. Oh, thanks for coming. You can tell he's kind of sad that I'm leaving. I'll bet you anything Bill did this on purpose. He probably paid those guys. He probably gave them $50 a piece to put that sign up and hide in the back room. Bill, is that what you did?
No, not quite.
Oh, you're not trying to lure me to come back?
I'm trying to lure you to come back, but
you didn't do that. You're
I
not
didn't
that
do that.
nefarious.
That's right.
Okay,
Not that underhanded.
He's not quite that big a bandito. All right. Have to stand out here in the snow and eat my Frito Pie, quote unquote, like a bum. Oh man. These never get old. I'm not kidding. My sister and I, that's all we know how to cook. We probably have Frito Pie, a few times a month at least, and I never ever get tired of it. These are so good. When's the last time you had a bag of Fritos, man? What's cool about Fritos is, if you look at the back, if you look at the ingredients list, it's only 3 ingredients: corn, vegetable oil, and or canola oil, and salt. Corn, oil, and salt. Just 3 simple ingredients. I mean, this thing should be at the top of that new food pyramid RFK Jr. just came out with. Am I right? Minimally processed food. Bill, you want a Frito?
Of course. More than one.
Yeah, man, help yourself. Don't have to worry about Bill stealing any of my Fritos. He's no Frito Bandito. Well, I'm bummed that we weren't able to get the Frito Pie. I guess we just got here too early. She's not here till later, but unfortunately, I got to be at the airport by a certain time. So we're just gonna call this the poor man's Frito Pie, standing out here on the corner.
In the cold.
In the cold, in the snow. But hey, it's not about the conditions. It's about the company. And it's about the delicious taste of Fritos corn chips. Oh my, I'm gonna stop filming this video so I can pig out on the rest of this bag. These things really are delicious. Okay, I'll be honest. I've been jonesing for Frito Pie ever since making my aborted pilgrimage to the Santa Fe 5 and Dime. I mean, going all the way to the holy shrine of Fritos and then not being able to have Frito Pie? Oh, talk about sacrilege. It's like going to the Vatican only to find out they're out of communion wafers. So now that I'm back in warm, sunny Death Valley, I figured I'd make some Frito Pie my way. The Frito Pie at that 5 and Dime probably wasn't even that good anyway. I mean, it was probably just a spoonful or two of chili and maybe a sprinkling of cheese and diced onions dumped into one of those little mini bags of Fritos. I mean, presumably they make their own chili from scratch, but still, if I might be so bold as to say so myself, I think my sister and I have a much better recipe. Okay, we don't make our chili from scratch. We use canned chili, but our preferred brand is Amy's Organic Chili, and that's pretty good stuff. You know, those other chilies are just made with ground up bits of pizzle and whatever gross trimmings they sweep off the slaughterhouse floor, but not Amy's. It's made with the finest tofu, but you'd never know it because it tastes like regular chili. And this way, everyone can enjoy our Frito Pie, even vegans. Okay, maybe not vegans, because we do like to add cheese and sour cream. But, you know, for the most part, no animals are harmed in the making of Wonderhussie's Frito Pie. Okay, the audio was kind of funky because of the wind when I was talking about this in the video, but we don't just put chili on our Frito Pie. We also like to add rotel, which is basically diced tomatoes and green chiles. And we like to add corn for extra corny goodness. So the first thing I'm gonna do is heat up these cans. We're just gonna go ahead and put them right in the coals to heat up so that we don't have to wash any pots. Huh? I should note that the perfect drink to accompany Frito Pie is ranch water. At least here in Death Valley, the land of sunny skies. If I was eating Frito Pie back in New Mexico, well, I might want to pair it with something like a hot toddy, or a Bailey's and coffee, or maybe a nice bold red wine. But here in Death Valley, ranch water is perfect. Okay, while I'm waiting for the cans to heat up, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the rest of the ingredients. Okay, obviously you want to start out with a base of delicious Fritos. Never gets old. And then a layer of shredded cheese so that when you pour the chili on top, it gets nice and melted. I'm using a Mexican-style 3-cheese blend by Kroger, but any cheese you like will do. You can never go wrong with any kind of cheese. And next, we ladle on the delicious Amy's Organic Chili. That hot chili, heated by the coals in the fire, slopping onto that cheese, getting it all nice and ooey gooey and melty. Just like Mom used to make it. And next, we're gonna add a little bit of delicious sweet corn for extra corny goodness. This way we can make extra corny jokes around the campfire after eating. Next, we slop on the delicious rotel, adding a nice, bright, cheerful pop of red and green from the chilies. Because when you're having Frito Pie, every day is Christmas. Okay, after all the hot ingredients have been plated, it's time to sprinkle a second layer of cheese just to be fancy on the top of the hot layers, because you can never have enough cheese. And next, a sprinkling of onions. I'll be honest, I prefer white onions, but all we happen to have in the fridge were red onions, and honestly, it's just onions, so who cares? Next, a healthy dollop of sour cream, not the devil's jism. And then, because we have our good electrician buddy Terry staying with us, we decided to get a little bit fancy and put avocado on the Frito pie as well. I guess the avocado would make this the California regional variation of Frito pie. And then a nice healthy layer of cilantro. But because cilantro is very polarizing and Terry hates cilantro, none on his. That's just more for me and my sis. And the final crucial layer on top of our special recipe of Frito pie is a little bit of crushed Fritos as a garnish. And it's very important for you ASMR people out there. I'm going to get a nice audio of these Fritos getting crunched. Very important to crumble them up so that they make a beautiful garnish. Ah, look at that Frito pie. Here's a close-up food porn shot for those of you who don't like cilantro. And here's a close-up food porn shot for those of you who do. And that's the approved wonderhussie recipe for Frito pie. At least the California version. I'm still working on some of these other regional variations, including dessert. I was thinking about it, and you could probably make a really good dessert Frito pie with vanilla ice cream and hot chili powder and a sprinkling of Fritos. You know, that salty sweet combo? Wouldn't that be delicious? Now, on a final note, I just want to be clear that this video was in no way sponsored by the Frito-Lay Corporation. I didn't get any free Fritos or anything like that for making this. I just did it because I friggin' love Fritos and Frito pie. In fact, I love Fritos so much, you might say that I am the modern day Frito Bandito. I love Fritos corn chips. I love them, I do. I love Fritos corn chips, but I would never steal them from anyone. I just love Fritos and Frito pie.